it's me, Renee. I'm back. Today I'm doing something I haven't really done in a while, and that's not talking about books. So, if you've been around, you might know this. If not, in addition to books, I also love movies and TV, and really love Marvel. I would say maybe a bit kind of more like those basic B's. Well, in a way that, like, I really love the Marvel movies. But I haven't really read the comics. Someone gatekeeping all myself there, so like I'm not a real fan. Though I know that there's a lot of people who simply watch the movies and don't read the comics. Uh, but what I do, so I suppose what I do, I feel myself as somehow kind of in the middle. Like I haven't read the comics, no. But it's not like I don't know the movies are coming. Like I keep up to date when a movie's announced. When a movie's out, I like to watch the spoiler reviews. I like to watch people theorizing. So like I used to follow Collider movies. Now I follow Fandom Entertainment. I love that guy. I follow Council of Geeks. I follow Black Nerd. So I follow like these different people who do reviews of Marvel stuff on YouTube and watch them. So like whenever something's out, I kind of always like want to check stuff out. Like I like to see what other people think about stuff and if they have theories and etc. etc. But I don't really comics myself. I don't really tend to go to Wikipedia and read like stuff like that. I just kind of goes to YouTube and watch stuff. And so that's kind of a bit to talk about how I enjoy Marvel. And as you would also probably know from me having done the Agent Carter book tag, I love that movie, that TV series. Also a great tag. Um, and I plan to do the Loki book tag, and I very much love those movies. So because of that, I've also been keeping up with the with the TV series on Disney Plus. So like from this year, so Wandavision, the Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then lately Loki. So I kind of decided to do a little video talking about those. Oh, I suppose I shouldn't, but I kind of also want to say I started watching Agents of Shield years ago when I was on. Well, years ago it was not on that long ago, but like I watched season one, some episodes. But honestly, I wasn't really that into it, so I kind of DNF'd that pretty soon. Really, I never really got into it. There's so many movies in the world, so many TV series, you can't watch them all. Sorry. Uh, but Agent Carter, I love. One of my favorite TV series. Love it very, very much. So that's kind of background. And so when WandaVision was announced, I was like, oh, this sounds interesting. And I was, I, obviously, I knew about Wanda from Agent Carter from Age of Ultron and different Marvel movies. I knew about Vision from different Marvel movies. Paul Bettany is a very good actor, and I was just kind of very intrigued. And I was also like, we didn't really know that much about it before it came out, and then just before it came out, we got trailers. So like, oh, this looks very interesting. And so I watched that, and I enjoyed it quite a lot. I would say. First going to talk about, and then I'm going to say, I enjoyed One Ocean quite a lot. I I every week I watched a new episode, and then I checked out what people were talking about, like how they thought of the episodes and theories and stuff like that. And I thought it was very interesting. I would say I enjoyed like more from the third episode and onward. I suppose in a way because I very much liked Darcy being in there, and she wasn't really there in the first and second episode. And also, I suppose in the first and second episode they referenced a lot of stuff that I didn't really know. I was about to say that Norwegians don't know, but it's not like all Norwegians haven't seen this old TV series. But like me personally, I haven't really seen those old TV series. Like I Love Lucy and like that. They might have been on Norwegian TV, but I've never really caught them up. I don't really think there's like a big fandom, like big watchers, viewers of that in Norway. Well, yeah, I haven't done a test. Uh, I haven't done I haven't asked people. I haven't really checked. So that's just me being anecdotal. But yeah, I didn't really get the references from the first few episodes, so I enjoyed them. But I like the next one more because Full House and Modern Family series that I kind of more have watched. I kind of get more connections from. So I very much enjoy that series. I would say. I was, even though yeah, I I haven't read the comics, and I suppose I'm not deep into comic lore and stuff. But like when Evan Peters was cast, I thought, oh, they're using the X-Men. I mean, because I knew that X-Men now was owned by Disney, and when Evan Peters seemingly wasn't, uh, Quicksilver was like, what? It felt like a letdown. I would say it kind of felt like a letdown. Sorry, yeah, just some bugs. So yeah, that annoyed me really. Didn't really like that. And I suppose other than that, I don't really think I have any like uh, big like big, big. Oh, what's forgetting words. I don't really think I had anything big to big complaints about One originally. I very much enjoyed that whole series. I loved like how there was something going on, but you didn't really know what. But yeah, also I was kind of like from the get go, like the first second episodes, Vision he referenced or like he talked about, well, like he had all this knowledge, all knowledge in his brain. I think he talked about something in the internet, something like that. But then at the end of the series, you realize that that Vision, like, it's not really made clear what that Vision knew. Like, did he know nothing from before that time, or like, yeah, because he was so confused. Like, when did we meet? And he didn't even know when they met. Like, did he know and he didn't want to tell people, or did he not remember? Like, for that Vision, did his life just start with the house and that place? Yeah, still kind of confusing with that bit. Really, like, I don't really say. I wouldn't really say all the answers really given. Maybe they'll be given in Wonder, no, in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse, hopefully. But yeah, also yeah, the engineer. I was kind of bummed that wasn't nothing happened with it. Like, I suppose you could say it's kind of us fans um kind of making too much out of a small dialogue, but still, I kind of felt in a way that it kind of wasn't just us fans. Like, she said, like, "Oh yeah, I have a friend, I have an engineer friend," and I was like, when Marvel is famous for doing references, even though like sometimes they don't really reference stuff that they aren't really paid off until much later, but still, they are very known for references. So you kind of think that people would look for references that kind of hint at stuff. And like, yeah, and like even if the engineer wasn't a big thing, but like because I saw an interview that with Matt, the creator of the head of the TV series Wandavision, so like the engineer wasn't a big thing. There was the big thing was like the big machine. It was kind of trying to get into the town. Okay, yeah, but if the engineer isn't that big, can you just had a dialogue or two to explain that? I can't think you can explain it more because I felt like that was kind of felt like it was going this way and I went that way, and it was just weird and wrong, and yeah. So yeah, but all in all, I very much enjoyed One Ocean. I enjoyed it very much. It was just kind of fun with how you didn't really know stuff, but you got to learn a bit more episode by episode, and you didn't really know what was going on, but something was weird, and all the characters were cool and fun, and yeah, I very much enjoyed it. Then we have Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So I was looking forward to it, as I did for the other series. But honestly, this for me is the one I like the least. I DNF'd it. Actually, I watched the first 4 episodes. Yeah, 4 episodes. And I skimmed a lot of the episodes. I think maybe the Falcon and Winter Soldier has 5 episodes, I suppose. So I thought maybe that's six. Don't remember. Maybe seven. Anyway, I didn't watch all of them because in the end, I wasn't really that intrigued. I wasn't that interested. I didn't really feel like it was that interesting. It kind of felt like, yeah, I don't know what it was doing. It wasn't really that interesting to me. Like, okay, so Bucky has stuff to deal with, and Sam has stuff to deal with. Interesting, but I don't know. I didn't really like it that much. Kind of felt maybe I could have forced myself to watch more, but in the end, I didn't really care that much. So yeah, that I actually DNF'd. None of the others I've DNF'd, but that one I did. I didn't really feel like interested enough to watch the whole series. I suppose I have Disney Plus. I suppose I can go back and watch the rest of the episodes, but I know. And also, like, when it's just a one series, like, or one season, like, Loki has a season 2, so, like, if you want to watch and pay attention, you have to watch the first season. But with Winter Soldier, it's just one season, so, I don't know. I don't really feel like I need to watch the whole thing, really. Will I be watching Captain America 4 with Sam as Captain America? Yeah, definitely. That will be cool, the movie. But that TV series, yeah, yeah, I wasn't that into it, really. Can't say I was. Then next, Loki. So Loki recently ended, and that 2 weeks ago. Uh, and yeah, Loki. I can't really say. I suppose I'm not a huge Loki fan, but I like Loki as a character. I like all the 4 movies, and I like Loki as a character, and yeah, and also like the premise of Loki seems so like first was like, you know, when you saw Endgame, like, okay, so Loki's he disappeared. Where did he go? Was like one of the questions after Endgame, like, what happened to that Loki? And then we found out, okay, there's going to be a Loki TV series. Okay, probably answering some questions. Cool. And then for a long time we didn't really know anything. And then we knew Owen Wilson. I was like, oh, Owen Wilson, cool. And then I saw the first trailer, like, oh, so it's gonna be hijinks around time, because that's kind of what you thought, because you didn't really know that much. Like from the marketing wasn't it didn't really give up way much, which I suppose it didn't for WandaVision either. But yeah, but here, I don't know. I think I went into it expecting it was going to be more like a traveling to traveling through time and kind of being a buddy cop, or kind of being a doing mysteries through time thingy. Kind of more like, I don't know, going maybe jumping on Titanic and doing a mystery there, or doing a mystery in ancient Egypt, or like going around town like that. And it was for like half a minute, and then it was more like this stop TVA. And yes, TVA were some big idiots, but I don't know. I kind of felt like I was sold on one thing and I got something else. And I kind of was, in a way, was more interested in this thing. And I can't say that I love Loki, that I didn't like it at all, like the series. But I think maybe one of two things. Either A, if Loki had had, I don't know, 10 episodes, 9 episodes, could be more fleshed out, I think that really would have been a much bigger advantage, at least in my head, for me. Or B, if it just been what we thought it were, like just traveling through time and kind of solving mysteries through time, or like doing like a DBY thing where they like explain stuff that's kind of a mystery to us, like the Bermuda Triangle. They can do something like that, or they can go to Atlantis and say like what happened to Atlantis, or like stuff like that. But they didn't. They just kind of went a whole different way, and I feel like in a way, for me at least, I felt like Loki. It was one of those series, like one of those seasons, one of those kind of IPs that kind of it gave you questions every episodes, and then episode, and then next question it kind of answered some questions, but you got like, okay, so to be more precise. Like I kind of felt like, for example, it gave you 3 questions, 1 episode, and then answered 2 answers, and then answered 2 questions from last episode. And that's kind of always like how it was. Like you got lots of questions, but you got some answers, but you didn't really get a lot of them. And I felt like the answers weren't really that elaborate. So I was kind of like, okay, so but can't you go more into that or more into that? Like I felt like if I know more about the different things, maybe I would have liked the series more. But yeah, I kind of felt like, yeah, just flesh it more out. It was kind of what I thought really. So yeah, Loki kind of let down. Though that being said, my ranking of the Disney of the Marvel Disney Plus series so far: WandaVision number 1, Loki number 2, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier number 3. Yeah, even with the things I didn't like about Loki, it still gets a number 2 place because it was, at least in my mind, much better. Yeah, much better than Falcon and Winter Soldier 2 series. Sorry. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm at the moment, really. I do kind of, yeah, I'm kind of intrigued how Loki season 2 is gonna be. Like, there's rumors about it being like filmed this year, or like maybe being out premiering next year. So maybe we'll have to film this year, or like anyway, that's coming pretty soon. Is I suppose like what is soon? Like if someone has said in some sort of article, Loki season 2 is coming soon. What is soon? How do you define soon? I'm not quite sure. But yeah, so it was not many years. But like, will Loki season 2 happen after uh, Doctor Strange 2? Because I'm pretty sure we also got confirmation that Tom Hiddleston is in Doctor Strange 2. So like, when will when will Loki 2 season happen? Will it be after that, or like when in continuity will it happen? I suppose in a way, like since you have Loki and like since you have Marvel, I suppose in a way Loki season 2 it could like you could like do that thing like where it takes place in the past, like you could like have a prequel season with Sylvie's past. I would love to learn much more about Sylvie and the different variants and stuff like that. That would kind of be cool. I suppose that could be a way to do it, like to like have anthology seasons to have like a different variant every season. That could also be very cool. Like that way, flesh out the whole thing. But yeah, that's kind of thoughts at the moment with Loki. Didn't love it, didn't hate it. I enjoyed it enough. Didn't hate it. Also, yeah, as a little bit of a sorry, a little bit of a what's the word again? My 2 cents on on episode 2. Oh, episode no, sorry, episode 3 when they're at Atlantis. No, Atlantis when they're in the like dying planet, in the like that dying planet Titanic-ish ship, and Loki starts singing. So like some people say like, oh, it's supposed to be Norse. Well, it's not Norse because you can't know what Norse would sound like because it's a dead language. We have runes, but you can't know what it sounds like. So yeah, I suppose it's more like I'm pretty sure more. I'm pretty sure it's more supposed to be Norwegian in like with a twist, like with Nordic sounds, like Nordic words. Some Norwegians, like in Norwegian, what's the word again? Media have said like, oh, Tom Hiddleston in Loki, he sings so bad, he's not doing it at all good. Honestly, I think he's not that bad. I think it's good. And like when you see an interview and said like he had to learn that those Norwegian lines in one day, and like it's not like the only thing. And like he's part of the whole big series, so he has to be learning a lot of stuff. And like even though yeah, he's been playing Loki for now 10 years, I don't really think he's been going around trying to learn Norwegian because Norse mythology. I don't really think he's that method actor. Yes, I know he knows Spanish, French, German, I believe, and some other languages. Maybe some Italian, I think. But yeah, him not knowing Norwegian is not really something I expected. So him uh, seeing how it was, I think he was very good. Really, like point A, it's Tom Hiddleston, so whatever he does, it's always some sort of quality. And point B, he did, at least in my ears, sing and pronounce it pretty good. And also, like, it's supposed to be Norse sounding, so like, if it doesn't sound perfect Norwegian, it's not supposed to be perfect Norwegian. It's not supposed to be in one Norwegian. It's supposed to be old timey Norwegian. If you want a bad Norwegian, check out Stargirl, that TV series that came out last year. It had so this like direction, but yeah. So there's a family in Stargirl, like some of the villains and stuff. They're supposed to the characters are Norwegian immigrants. So the grandparents are from Norway, and the son learned Norwegian growing up. After, don't really think the grandson knows Norwegian, but like the two older generations are supposed to know Norwegian. Well, the characters knows Norwegian, and like the dad in that family is a villain, as was as to some extent their parents as well. The first time, like also like in the beginning of that, you don't really know that much about the characters. So like first you just know they're immigrants, but you don't really know where they came from. The first time they talked Norwegian, I have to do that because yeah, Norwegian in that series. Honestly, I was stumped. First, I thought it was some sort of Dutch. Then I thought maybe it's supposed to be German. And then I thought, no, maybe it's Danish. No, I had to Google it. No, it was supposed to be Norwegian. And yeah, that didn't sound Norwegian at all. That was just, it was awful, awful, awful. And yeah, kind of also curious, like in general, like when TV series have like characters doing dialogue in different languages than English, like how much time do the cast have to? Sorry, how much time do time and priority sorry, research do they have to learn these lines in this language? Like, do they have a Norwegian expert, or do they have to do it on their own time? But like, if they have a Norwegian expert, that person cannot have been an expert because that was so bad. And if they didn't, there's YouTube. You can probably check stuff out on YouTube. So there's really no excuse, at least in my mind. I suppose maybe they just thought Stargirl was going to be a fun thing for American viewers, and then they wouldn't really notice. But yeah, that kind of made me maybe disinterested in series as a whole, really, because yeah, it was just bad, bad, bad. But yeah, Tom Hiddleston was not bad at all. He was actually quite good. So yeah, no, Tom Hiddleston singing Norwegian, definitely recommended. Check out the clip on YouTube. Sorry. And yeah, so talk a bit about those three so far. So the next one coming up, yeah, and also yeah, I kind of want to talk about what's coming up. I suppose first, just for maybe I was just going to talk about what has been. I'm going to talk about what's coming in the future as well. And you know what? Moment. So in a few weeks, I think maybe next week. Yeah, I'm pretty sure maybe it might be next week. What If will start, which is a Marvel animated series actually. So kind of fun to have something animated. This will be kind of like based on the What If comics, so it's gonna be one episode and more like idea like what if Guardians of Galaxy consisted of T'Challa and not what's the guy called again? The other guy. So this all just blanked. What if Captain America and Iron Man was zombies? What if Agent Carter was Captain Britain or like Captain America instead of Steve Rogers? So all these different hypotheticals. And yeah, that just sounds very intriguing. Quite interested in anticipating that one. Though, yeah, zombie one, I'm just going to skip, because zombies and me, no. Well, except Zombieland, but like in general, no. So yeah, What If I'm very much looking forward to. That sounds very, very fun and cool and yeah, nice. Sorry. And then after that we have Miss Marvel, which I'm pretty sure we got confirmation that might be premiering. Well, might be. I think pretty sure is premiering before the end of this year. So that sounds also fun. I did actually yeah, to be quite frank, I have read a few comics, like Marvel comics. Sorry. I recently read Squirrel Girl. I very much enjoyed that. I read one for a long time ago. I didn't really like that much. But yeah, I also tried to read one Miss Marvel's the first Miss Marvel comic a few years ago. Didn't love it, but wasn't like a huge DNF for me. It's like it wasn't like a huge turn off, so I was might pick it up again. But yeah, anyway, I've seen some pictures from Miss Marvel TV series and it looks very cool. So yeah, that one intrigues me definitely. But I think also I'm quite interested to see She-Hulk, but I think maybe She-Hulk comes out next year. I might be wrong. No, sorry. So yeah, Hawkeye and Miss Marvel is confirmed this year, premiering this year, and She-Hulk is coming out next year. It's being filmed now, and then also Secret Invasion comes out next year. Both Secret Invasion and She-Hulk I like very very much. Hawkeye, yeah, I probably will check it out. I'm not thinking much about it. I suppose might be something that makes me intrigued. Like if I hear something new, might makes me more intrigued. At this point, I'm like, yeah, it's a series. But yeah, I would say at this point, I would say maybe I'm most looking forward to actually yeah She-Hulk because it's been described as comedy, but also like the legal thing, but also like it's also She-Hulk, so it's gonna be some superhero things as well. And that combination of comedy and superhero and legal things just makes me very very excited. I love Boston Legal. I uh, love I love Bash and this is that other legal show from a few years ago, Franklin and Bash. And then you have the whole Good Wife, the Good Fight. Love those. Love Al McBeal. So yeah, legal series. Yeah, very very excited. Very excited for that. Also, Secret Invasion sounds very cool. But yeah, at the moment, She-Hulk is the one actually that intrigues me the most. That's out next year, but yeah, I'll check out those other things as well. And yeah, that's my little updates on a little non-bookish MCU talk. And I'll see you soon. Bye!